I've literally just walked out the door of my first psychoanalysis session. I had to take my hair down halfway through because the pins I had holding it up were jabbing in the back of my head, because I now have to lay on a sofa to have my therapy. My first reaction is, he's not my therapist. like it's really different, and I just kept telling myself, I was just like, okay, I've made this choice myself, and it will work out, and I will re-establish a relationship with this person, and that will become its own thing, and it will be fine. But right now it just feels really odd, because what I'm feeling is, great, I've given up what feels brilliant and traded it in for something that doesn't. But it's fine, it's a journey, and it's gonna be fine, en route to my very last counselling session, probably for a very long time. Feeling okay, feeling kind of like I would any other week, really, before any other session, which is actually a much better place to be in than I thought I was going to be. So I'll see you in about an hour and 15 minutes when I'll report back on how it went. Is how this feels. But so grateful. So wouldn't change a single moment of that experience. Sometimes in life you have an I love you bear moment, and tonight is one of those times. As promised, I'm just going to give you a little quick update now that I've composed myself. I went in feeling okay. He was really sort of surprised and happy that I took like a gift and a card. And like his face lit up when he saw that I'd done that. So I instantly knew that that was okay, which was nice. He left the decision as to whether he opened it in front of me or after I left up to me, which was also really nice. I actually put that back on him and said, do whatever you feel is best. So he is has opened it after I left. So in actual fact, I think there was enough emotion in the room that we didn't need to do that as well. So I'm kind of glad that that went the way that that did. It's a 50-minute session, and of those 50 minutes, probably sort of wobbled my way through 40 of them. You know that, like when you're about to cry and your voice is on the verge of breaking. I either had that or tears in my eyes or mopping tears up from my eyes for at least 3/4 of the session. It was so hard. It felt like the emotions were in a box, and there was part of me trying to keep the lid pressed down on the box, but there was no way that I could get through that experience without some of it coming out. So it was almost like there was a pressure to try to keep the lid closed, but then there was a force so much greater than me trying to ooze through the open gap in the box. And so by the end of it, it was almost like I didn't have any words left. I just didn't have anything to give. my head was pounding. I was absolutely cream crackered by the end of it. The best bit, the two best bits, first of all, was that he summarised it, like, I'll use his exact phrase. He said, the work that we've done together is like a book, and the first session you came to me was the first page of the book, and the last session tonight was the last page of the book, and every other session in between are all the pages of the book. And he said, that book exists. He said, no one can ever take that book away from us. He said, because those sessions took place. So he said, you will always have that book that you can reflect back on. And he said, and if you choose to tell people about that book and chapters of that book, and they don't like it, or, you know, they do like it, whatever their interpretation of it is, he said, no matter what, that book is that book, and it exists. And that was just so, it was like he physically gave me something. He didn't, but it felt so powerful to kind of say, that's your experience and it's yours, and you own that, and you will forever have that. And it was like he handed me something, and it was just so reassuring. And then the last thing he said was that he has an open door policy, and that even if this is the end now, it doesn't necessarily have to be the end forever. And he said, but if it is the end forever, that is fine too, but that you know, it's totally up to me. And it just felt that he took such good care of me, which I did say he would do, in all fairness. He's a pretty decent dude. I'm drained. I'm so drained. I think what I wanted to get across is that I have just had the most positive experience imaginable in this therapy. I think that if it hadn't have been for this therapy, there are things that have happened in the last 3 years of my life that could have easily made me crack. And by having his support, I got through them. Okay, not just his support, I have, you know, other support in other areas of my life, but he was a humongous part of helping me get stronger as a person, build up all these amazing strategies that I now have to keep me safe and strong when I've got to go through stuff. And yeah, I just cannot tell you what an incredible experience counselling can be if you embrace it. So although I got extremely emotional, I totally and utterly recommend it 100 million %, because it's amazing. So that hopefully closes the door to this little chapter, and it'll be onwards and upwards from here on in. Thank you for watching this video and sharing my little emotional roller coaster with me this evening. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more of my crazy videos, then subscribe to this channel, and hopefully we shall have our own little journey together too. I'll see you soon.